You really want to start weight training, but you feel overwhelmed and you don't want to get injured, don't know where to start. I got you. Hey, I'm Gia, your strength training specialist. I have 12 years of weightlifting experience. I've made the mistakes. I've done all the things that I shouldn't have done. So now I love teaching you guys what to do and what not to do so that you see and feel a difference, because that's what it's all about. These are the 5 things you need to master when you start weight training. The most important one is going to be a warm-up. Please do not skip this. Even if you're doing a 20-minute workout, you need to do dynamic stretching before weight training. All that looks like is moving the joints. Think of the joints, the shoulders, the wrists, the elbows, the knees and the hips. Move them forwards, backwards, right, left, minimum. It should take maximum 5 to 10 minutes, but if you're short on time, minimum 2 minutes. Next one is form and technique. Form means injury prevention. Technique means how you do the movement. An example of form or injury prevention would be kind of when you're on the squat bar, you're not bracing your core, you're not being mindful of what you're doing, your body's not in position, you're just you're getting under the bar, you're loading it with heavy weight, and you're just doing up down movement without really being conscious of how you're doing it, how your body's placed. That way you keep doing that, you're more likely to get injured. Unfortunately, that's just how it works. An example of technique or good technique would be, for example, you sit on a leg press machine and you're just pushing the weight forwards and backwards. You're not kind of making sure your knees are in position, your ankles are out, your core is braced, the weight is appropriate. You're not focusing on your quality of movement. The most important thing with weight training is going to be a full range of movement. Now, ignore what I'm saying. If you have any injuries or if you're working with a healthcare provider and they've told you to avoid doing a full squat or avoid doing full movements, that's totally fine. Not applied to you guys. For everybody else that doesn't have any injuries, that doesn't have any other mobility issues, you have to do a full range of movement just to get the most out of every single rep. So even if you're spending 30 minutes in the gym 3 times a week, you are getting the most, you're squeezing the most juice out of that fruit in every single session. One of my favorite quotes is 2 good quality reps are better than 10 rubbish ones. That is huge. I work in the gym and I see all the time, either people are not aware or they've got a bad habit or they just don't care or they think it's the same benefit. But when you're doing rubbish quality reps, you're not going to see progress. You might see a little bit of progress, but you're not going to see as much progress if you were to do good quality reps. You can try this out for yourself. Do some good quality reps of workouts and then see the progress in only a week compared to when you're just going through the motions and not really being conscious of what you're doing and how you're doing it. Number 4 is mind to muscle connection. This is deliberate, emphasized and controlled movements. So for example, it's telling the brain which muscle to focus on. Especially if you're new to weight training, you're not used to, where all that energy is going. With cardio, it's very different. With muscle, you're focusing on one muscle at a time. So by doing this exercise right now, your mind is going to be so much more clearer on where to send all of that focus, energy, blood flow, all of that good stuff. Mind to muscle connection. So when you're doing something like a bent over row, you want to bring one of your muscles, one of your fingers into that muscle, dig it in, squeeze that muscle. So as you're doing the stretch, you know where that mind is sending all that oxygen and blood flow. That's the mind to muscle connection. Last one is progressive overload. All this means is you are constantly stressing out the body so it doesn't get used to the same amount of effort. So for example, this could mean increasing the weight, increasing the reps, increasing the sets, decreasing the rest period, doing more RPE, which means rate of perceived exertion, which means on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being really easy workouts, 10 being maximum effort. Every workout that you have, you're aiming for a 7 or a 7.5 or an 8, or if it's a deload week, then you're bringing it down, but you're always pushing yourself a little bit every week or every other week. And when you do progressive overload properly, you see progress. You feel progress, you see progress, and it just keeps you going, especially for those times when you don't feel like working out, when it's cold, it's dark, it's wet, you're tired, you've come from work, it's been a long day, you just want to go home and chill and eat. Then you're going to be like, I'm actually making progress and I'm going to go and do this freaking workout. And those are the 5 things you need to master, in my humble opinion. I only have 12 years experience in weight training, but I love teaching you guys what to do, what not to do, so that you don't make the same mistakes that I did. And so you actually feel and see a difference, because that's what it's all about. Everything that I mentioned today, I mentioned on my JiaFit app that's coming soon. I will link it down below in the comments. It will be a pin link. It's going to have workouts in there. It's going to have all the foundations that you really need to master. And unfortunately, at the moment, there's a lot of fitness programs out there, but they do skip over the basic parts. Sometimes they skip over how to do a squat properly, as in like getting your knees in position, your core brace, shoulders back, hinging over, those little things. I just believe if you can master those basic things, it will serve you for the rest of your life. And that is why my app is going to be amazing. I'm tooting my horn, I know. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for investing your time in me. That's pretty cool and pretty crazy. So thank you so much. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Anything about weight training. Weight training is my specialty. I love advocating for weight training because I can see what it does for people, for men, women, young people, old people. I just love, like, you know, the strength and the empowerment and the independence and the good quality of life that it gives. And so I just love talking about weight training, as you can probably tell. Any questions about weight training or mindset or mental health, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Watch this video next.